Hi everyone, my name is Busari Abiodun. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be discussing about consignment account. I will be looking at the meaning of consignment account, reward of a consignee, types of consignee commission, and how we prepare consignment account in the Book of Consignor and in the Book of Consignee. Consignment account. So what is consignment? Consignment is one of the terms used in transportation. It is the movement of goods from the owner, called the consignor, to his agent, called the consignee, who collects, stores, and sells the goods on his behalf. So, consignment and consignee. What is the relationship between the consignor and consignee? The relationship between the consignor and consignee is like that of the principal and agent relationship. That is, the ownership of the goods remains with the owner, who is the consignor, while the consignee only has the possessive right. So, consignee's reward. So, just like I said, just so like we know that in an organization, one can either work as an employee by receiving salary or wages. But in the case of the consignee, just like I said earlier, their relationship is like that of the principal and agent relationship. So the consignee reward is in form of commission. So if you are talking about this commission, there are three forms of commission that a consignee receives for his services. So the first one is called normal commission. The second one is called Del-Credere Commission, while the third one is called overriding commission. I will be taking this commission one after the other, and I will explain them for you to understand. If you are talking about normal commission, this is also known as ordinary commission or consignee commission, depending on the one you have been told that it is called. They all mean the same thing. So it is given as a reward for its services, while most times it is based on the percentage of the sales. That is, this normal commission we are talking about is usually given as a percentage of sales. Now, the Del-Credere Commission. So the Del-Credere Commission is given on credit sales. So it is given to reward the consignee for giving protection to the consignor from bad debt. In the case of consignment account, any credit sales, the consignee is responsible for whatever problem that arise at the end of the day. That is, if any of the customer fail to make the payment, the consignee will be held responsible. That is, by refunding the money to the consignor. So in that case, the consignee is rewarded in form of what you call the Del-Credere Commission. So this commission is calculated as a percentage of credit sales, or else there is other agreement by both parties, that is between the consignor and consignee. Most times it's used to be in form of percentage. So overriding commission. So this is given when the consignee meets certain targets set out by the consignor. For example, selling goods at the higher price. So the consignee may decide to give commission. So such a commission is called overriding commission. Or when the consignee help the business or the consignor, that is the owner, to promote a new product. So in order, that commission may be given just to encourage him to put more effort in expanding the product. So now, preparation of consignment account. So the preparation of consignment account, just like we said, I said we have the principal and we have the agent. The principal is the consignor, the agent is the consignee. The two parties prepare their individual account. So that is, it is by both consignor and consignee, and the preparation can be termed as follows. The first one is preparation consignment account in the Book of Consignor, while the second one is consignment account in the Book of Consignee, which means the consignor will prepare his own accounts, the consignee will prepare his own accounts. We will be taking them one after the other. We will look at how a consignor prepares his accounts, and we also look at how a consignee prepares his own account. So consignment account in the book of consignor, that's the first one we'll be considering. So in preparation of consignment account, the account to be prepared by the consignor include consignment account, which is in this format, just like the T format, consignment account. The second one is goods on consignment account. So we also have the ledger for that one, while the last one is consignee account. And a cash account or bank account can be added when necessary. But these are the three major accounts that is required from a consignor. So we are taking them one after the other. We have consignment account, we have goods on consignment account, and we have consignee account. So consignment account, what are those entries we'll be having? So consignment account is debited with cost of goods sent to the consignee. The goods that have been sent to the consignee will be debited to the consignment account. Just like I said, we have consignment account, so we will debit the account with goods on consignment. So if you have clear knowledge of ledger, that is double entry principle, you should not have any problem with consignment account. So the consignment account is debited, so the corresponding credit entry will go to the goods on consignment account. That means we are going to have goods on consignment account. That is how goods on consignment account came up under the consignment account. So the next one, debit, that is consignment account will be debited with debtor with consignor's expenses on the goods. That is, the consignor has forwarded the goods to the consignee. Every expenses incurred on those goods will also be debited into the account. That's what you are saying here, which means you have the consignment account. So consignor's expenses, for example, transportation. So for example, we have transportation. So expenses on transportation will also be debited to the account. So the corresponding credit entry will go to the bank account, since we know it will be making payment either through check or cash, whichever way. So that means the corresponding entry will go to either bank or cash account. But in this case, we assume all the transactions are in form of check. So corresponding credit entry will go to the bank account. So insurance, that means that will also be debited to the consignment account. The corresponding credit entry will also go to the bank account. And if there's any other expenses that the consignor, that is the owner of the goods, incur on those goods, all those expenses will be debited to the consignment account, while the corresponding credit entry will go to either cash or bank account. Then debit the consignment account with consignee's expenses, which means after the consignee, that is the agent, receive the goods, he will also incur some expenses on those goods. All those expenses also will also be debited to the consignment account, that is consignee expenses. A good example of it is distribution expenses. So that will be debited to the consignment account, while corresponding entry will go to the consignee's account, because we are talking about consignee expenses by the consignee. That's the reason why we open consignee account. That means we are going to credit consignee account with that expenses. So warehousing, where he store those goods, there will be an expenses. So which means that will also be debited to consignment account. The corresponding credit entry will go to the consignee's account, because the expenses is being incurred by the consignee. If there are other expenses incurred by the consignee that related to the goods we are talking about, all those expenses will be debited to the consignment account, while the corresponding credit entry will go to the consignee's account. So the next one is the commission. So which means the commission received by the consignee will also be debited to the consignment account. So we have our consignment account, we have commission, that is consignee commission. So all the commission I mentioned earlier, we have the normal commission, we debit it to the account. The corresponding credit entry will go to the consignee account, because we are talking about the consignment and the consignee. So we have, then the next one we have Del-Credere Commission. We debit the consignment account with Del-Credere Commission. The corresponding credit entry goes to the consignor's account, that is Del-Credere Commission. If there is overriding commission, the same thing happens. We will debit the consignment account with overriding commission, while the corresponding credit entry goes to the consignor's account. But in this format, we are limiting it to the two. So now the last one is credited, that is the consignment account is credited with the amount of goods, that is amount of goods sold. So which means sales. We credit consignment account with the amount realized from the sales of the goods, while the corresponding debit entry goes to the consignee account, because it is the consignee that actually sold all those goods. So we are receiving the payment from the consignee. So that means the consignee account will be debited with the amount. The corresponding entry goes to the consignee account. So since we are done with that, now we have the consignment account, we have goods on consignment account, we have bank account, and we have the consignee's account. So those are the four accounts that we have here. We only added the bank account so to the three accounts we mentioned earlier, which is consignment account, goods on consignment account, and consignee's account. So then the next thing is to balance the account. We have the consignment account. So if we look at the consignment account, it's an alternative account to profit and loss account for a consignor. The purpose of the account is for the consignor to know whether he makes profit from the goods or not. We have the cost of the goods, we have all the expenses incurred on the goods, we have all the expenses the consignee incurred on the goods, and we also have all the commissions that the consignee deduct for his services. So by the time we had everything together, we subtract it from the sales. Whatever the balance is represent the profit of the consignor. So which means the balance will be transferred to the profit and loss account for the consignor. So in the case of consignee's account that we prepared, now we have the sales, we have all the expenses by the consignee, and we have the commission given to the consignee. If by the time we had the expenses by the consignee and the commission, and we subtract it from the sales, that will give us the total amount that the consignor will be expecting from the consignee, which means the amount that will be debited to his account. So just like I said, by the time they had the two together, the balance will be what he will receive in his bank. That's the reason why we have a credit balance of as bank, which means the consignor account, bank account will be debited. So that is it about consignment account in the Book of Consignor. Now we are looking at the consignment account in the Book of Consignee, that is the agent. How is the agent? What are the accounts that the agent will be preparing, and how is he going to prepare those accounts? So information about sales, expenses, commission is summarized in an account called account sales. So the account that consignee used to present to the consignor, that is the owner of the goods, we call that account sales. Take note of that. That's the name it's being called. So there are two major accounts that will be prepared by the consignee. The first one is consignor account. That is, account he will prepare to know the amount he will be given to the consignor at the end of the period, consignor account. While the second account is consignment receivable account. This account is only required when consignee sell some product on credit. So the consignment receivable account here we are talking about debtors account. So consignor account. So credited to the account. So the account will be credited with sales, that all the sales he made will be credited to consignor account. So while all the expenses will be debited, that is, any expenses the consignee incurred. This time around, we are talking about consignee account. It has nothing to do with the expenses with the consignor. So only expenses by the agent will be debited to the account. So just like the expenses we mentioned earlier, we have distribution expenses that will be debited to the account, while his own bank account as well will be credited, because he is making those payments either from his own cash book or bank account. So which means the corresponding credit entry goes to his cash or bank account. So That's the reason why we have bank account, which will also be credited. So warehouse expenses, it will debit the account with warehouse. Corresponding credit entry goes to the bank account. So the next thing is commission. That means all this commission also will also be debited to the account. So starting from the normal commission, so that will be debited to the account. The corresponding entry goes to the what? The consignee profit and loss account, because it's an income to the consignee, which means it's when by the time it's preparing his own profit and loss account, part of the income that will be recorded is all this commission you receive from the goods. That's the reason why I say normal commission, so we goes to profit and loss account, the credit commission, and if there's overriding commission, everything will be debited. At the end of the day, the consignee will know the total amount. It will be forwarded. It will be sending the consignor for all those goods that he received to sell on his behalf. So, like I said, so then the next thing is to balance the account and transfer the necessary amount to the consignor. So, like I said, so in short, if we really look at the consignment account, like I said in the book of Consignor and in the book of Consignee, consignor, the owner of the goods, will prepare consignment account, will prepare consignee account. Where I'm going there is consignee account prepared by the consignor, while the consignee will prepare consignor account. If we look at these two accounts, they are almost the same thing. The only difference there is that the consignor, the entries you have at the debit side of the consignor on the consignee's account prepared by the consignor will appear at the credit side of the consignor account prepared by the consignee. All the entries are the same thing, but in two different sides of the account. That's one of the things you have to take note, because the two of them are like debtors and creditors. So which means the consignor will be preparing the account of the consignee as if he is preparing a debtor's account, while the consignee will be preparing the account of the consignor as if he is preparing a creditor's account. If you take note of those two distinct differences, you will not be having any problem with consignment account. So, just like I said earlier, if there are credit sales, that means it is going to prepare account receivable, that is consignment account receivable account, to know the total amount of debtors and the total amount of balance to be received from debtors. So by next lesson, I will be taking this illustration on consignment account, where we will be looking at the Fadward Enterprises, a sole distributor of sofa accounting in Nigeria, and its agent Abestor in Accra. So we will be preparing consignment account on this particular question. How will it appear in the book of Consignor? So until then, I said, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and share it with others. Also, you can visit my blog at Sofa Accounting tutorial.blogspot.com, or you follow me on Facebook at Sofa Accounting Simplification of Financial Accounting Tutorial Sofa. So thank you very much once again for watching the video. Don't forget to share the video and subscribe to the channel. Until the next video we will be meeting, I said bye for now.